everybody. Good morning and welcome to the Deeper Weekend 2021 Parent Information video. We are so excited to be going back to camp during this COVID pandemic. We are so blessed to be able to take our students safely to camp with the precautions that we have in place. We're just going to be going over some of the details about Deeper Weekend, and if you have any questions or concerns, do not hesitate to reach out to myself or Roland. Our phone numbers will be in the email that I'm going to be sending out along with this video, so feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions, or even if you just want to chat to us about anything. We'd love to hear from you. So the study that we will be doing this weekend for Deeper Weekend is called Unashamed, and it's all about the gospel message. We're going to be learning, it's actually 4 different sessions. It's about know it. What is the gospel message? What do we know about it? Embrace it. What is our identity in Christ? Live it. So how do we live out the gospel message in everyday life in this world that is so hard to live in sometimes? And then how do we share it? What does that look like? How can we be unashamed of the gospel that God has called us to share with others? Here's a little bumper video for you that tells you a little bit about what we'll be learning.
Romans 1:16 says, "For I am not ashamed of the gospel, because it is God's power for salvation to everyone who believes." There is so much freedom in knowing, believing, and embracing the hope of the gospel. But if there is so much freedom, why are so many Christians bound in shame? I'm not talking about sharing the gospel. I mean, we are ashamed to even live out the gospel. We are so worried what people will think, worried that our friends will leave, worried that we'll never get the status we want, worried of the labels that could come. So instead of living in the freedom God intended for his children, we choose to live ashamed. We choose to live bound by the guilt, shame, and labels of the world instead of embracing the freedom of our salvation. It's time to drop the chains. It's time we start running toward freedom. It's time to live unashamed.
We're super excited about this content, and we are excited to have the students grow deeper in their relationships with Christ, to learn about the gospel message, and to hopefully become unashamed of it and how to go into the world with it, how to live it, how to share it. So we're super excited about that. Here's just a couple of technical things about Deeper Weekend. One, your leaders have been given their rosters, and they should be reaching out. They may email you, they may call you, just to introduce themselves to you, to let you know how excited they are to be at camp with your student, and to answer any questions that you might have too. So hopefully they will be contacting you soon, so be on the lookout for that. We're going to be going over precautions. We talked about this last time if your student went to refuel, but I just want to let you know the precautions that we're taking, because safety is our number one most important thing, is keeping everybody safe throughout camp. So definitely we will still be requiring masks. I know they're not the funnest thing in the world, but it's the best way to keep us safe. So anytime your student is on the bus, inside during large group, or inside in their cabins outside of their actual room, the students and the leaders will be required to wear a face mask or face covering. So when we get to the packing list, I'll let you know to bring that, but it's super important. And we also will be practicing social distancing as best we can. We will still be doing about 50% capacity both on the bus and in the cabins, so that helps us with that. And then we're going to have hand sanitizing stations all over, so that way we can all hand sanitize and keep that virus at bay if at all possible. So that's what we are trying to do. We are going to do our best to do that. And yeah, so that's the COVID precautions that we're taking. And then I'll move on to the schedule. So attached to this email, there will be a detailed schedule. I'm not going to go into detail in the video. You can look over that if you'd like. The most important things for parents to know about this schedule are the drop-off and the pickup times. So if your student is 5th through 8th grade, your check-in time is 6 p.m. The main other thing we're doing, sorry, this one thing for precautions, is a COVID screener. Last time we did it at the church when you arrived. This time we're asking you to actually go ahead and fill that out before you ever even come. And if your student is having any symptoms or has been around anybody who's tested positive for COVID within the last 14 days, we are asking you to let us know so that they can stay home. This is the best way we can hopefully prevent any sickness before camp from entering camp and spreading throughout. So please, please, please let us know of any of those situations and fill out that COVID screener. It's very, very important. But 6 p.m. for 5th through 8th grade. 6 p.m. You'll check in. You'll get your awesome Deeper Weekend t-shirt. We're super excited. They look really awesome. And your name tag, and then you'll bring all your luggage in with you, and then we'll have our little meeting, and then we'll load the buses from there. If you are 9th through 12th grade, your check-in time is 6:30. We're doing that just to help avoid large rushes of people all at one time. So 6 p.m. for 5th through 8th grade, and then 6:30 for 9th through 12th grade. And then we will be leaving Departing Gateway around 7:15. If you have any issues about that, please, please, please also let us know so that way we can be prepared to wait for you if we are able to do so, or arrange other transportation to camp if needed. And so then we'll be at camp. We'll be doing lots of fun stuff all day Saturday, and then Sunday morning happens. We'll have our final session on Sunday morning, and then we'll depart camp probably roughly around 10:30. Goal is to be back at Gateway between 12 and 12:30. And the way that you can know what time we're going to be back exactly is to pay attention to our Facebook page. So on Facebook, you go to the Gateway Student Ministry page. If you haven't liked it, go ahead and like it so you'll get notifications. And we'll be keeping you updated on when we're going to be home so you know when to come pick up your kiddos. All of this check-in and pickup will happen at entrance 5, which is where the warehouse is. So that's where you will go, and that is where you will pick up as well. Next on the list to talk about is the packing list. And you guys actually received this probably a couple of days ago from Ilse, but just to let you know, these are the things that you'll need to bring with you. Definitely will need that face mask. I do recommend bringing a couple of extras. Sometimes they break, sometimes they get lost, sometimes things just happen. So make sure they have a couple of extras. We will have some on hand in case of those emergency situations that they can get a fresh new one. We will also have the hand sanitizer, but I do recommend them to bring their own individual hand sanitizer. That way, if they ever need it at any point throughout the camp, they just have that with them. They will need their own bedding. The camp provides the mattress, but they'll need sleeping bags are perfect. They work best for this, and a pillow. They will also need a towel for when they shower, and soap and toiletries. Not toilet paper, they don't need that, but they do need their own shampoo, conditioner, soap, toothbrush, toothpaste, all of those kind of things. They'll need insect repellent. This is Texas. We don't know how the mosquitoes will be. But please make sure it's a non-aerosol can. So just the spray kind works perfectly. Aerosols are not allowed at camp, so that is what we'll have. They'll need a flashlight or a headlamp. We'll be walking around at sometimes during the nighttime or when it's dark, and that will be very helpful to them. They'll need a jacket or a sweatshirt. At this point, it does look like it may be raining on Saturday, so if they want to bring any kind of like rain jacket or poncho, they're definitely welcome to do so. It looks like it's probably going to be in the lows 50s to the high 60s. So it's only a 50% chance of rain on Saturday. We're really hoping and praying that 50% goes down, because that is our fun day and we have a lot of stuff planned for that day. So definitely need appropriate clothing for the weather. You also need a pair of tennis shoes and long pants. The zip line does require pants and closed-toe shoes, so make sure that they have that. This camp, we're not going to be doing tons of walking and hiking, but tennis shoes are always best. And then your medications, if your student has medications, we ask that you actually bring those in a Ziploc bag that has their name written on it and a Sharpie. We actually take those at check-in, and we distribute medications throughout the day as needed. The students are not allowed to have medications in their bags. So if you will put all of that together for us, it would be great. And the main thing they need to bring is their PB&J, which is your pen, your Bible, and your journal. We'll be providing the journal part, but they need to bring their Bible and a pen. And I don't mean their Bible app on their phone. I mean their actual Bible. We will be requiring students to leave their cell phones if they bring them in their cabin. So they will not have access to that Bible app to use. So please, please, please have them bring a Bible. If your student does not have a Bible, let us know. We will get them one. We have several others you can purchase. If they need one to borrow, we can take care of that too. Just let us know. So what not to bring? Parents, it's up to you if you want to let your student bring their cell phone. We, again, will be requiring them to leave them in their cabin, so they will only have access to them at night or first thing in the morning. If you're worried about needing to get a hold of your student during the day, you will be able to contact Roland and I. Will always have our cell phones on us at camp. We'll be taking pictures and other things, but for emergencies, that is how you will be able to reach them. No other electronics, no iPads, iPhone touch, none of that other stuff. We don't want them to bring that. We want them to have an experience with God and nature and not be worried about technology and all of those things. So they also don't need to bring walkie-talkies, knives, anything sharp or any other types of weapons. Those things are not allowed at camp. Tobacco products or drugs are also not allowed at camp. You can't bring your pet. They will not need a harness or a helmet. The camp has all of the things needed, the safety equipment for the zip line and other things. And then, like I said before, those aerosol cans are not allowed at camp. Let's see, what else do I have for you? I'm trying to move through this quickly so it's not a super long thing. Really, that's kind of the gist of it. If you have any other questions about what you should bring, what you need to do, students getting there, any other questions at all, please, please, please feel free to reach out to Roland or I, and we will be happy to answer those. Remember, check-in starts at 6 p.m., 5th through 8th grade, 6:30 for 9th through 12th grade. We are so excited. Can't wait to see you there. Have a great day.